So after like the news explosion of the last few weeks, it's been a little slower this week.
A little slow.
Yeah, a little slower.
It's been slow as far as news goes. Oh, I suppose before we get too much into it. Sorry, Watts is not here this week. As many of you know, DestinyCon is like, as of recording this, tomorrow or the day after, whatever.
2 days.
We're all traveling tomorrow.
It's Saturday.
Yeah, we're all traveling tomorrow. So,
Yep.
well, at least Tefty, me, Watts are traveling. Breyer, I'm sorry, but yeah, Watts had to go drop.
I'm
his
not allowed to go.
her.
I can't be trusted at Community Con.
No.
Breyer, he kicks down too much hot sauce, and everybody has to run.
Ever since the brownie and the ketchup incident, I've never been invited back.
I feel like I'm missing out on something, but yeah, Watts had to go drop her cats off at the kennel, and due to the Seattle road system, that takes like 20 hours apparently.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yep.
But anyway, there is some stuff to talk about aside from a rather slow week as far as news goes. I gotta say, something fucking awesome happened in the community this week. The
Sure did.
DestinyCon charity stream. Holy shit. We can curse on this podcast, but you couldn't curse on that stream.
No tip jar here.
Yeah.
No tip jar, right?
No swear jar. No swear jar here.
Right. My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They over the course of the week, 500 only 5 days. In 5 days,
continuous days.
they raised $500,000.
Yeah.
$500,000. That's
$500,000
That is
to
insane.
St. Jude's.
That's the number 5 and then 5 zeros. I think
It's $1 million
Yeah,
divided in half. Half
Yeah,
a million. It's incredible.
that's huge. That is
That's-
fucking huge.
It's absolutely massive. St. Jude's said it goes to St. Jude's Children's Hospital, and they said it's the largest gaming charity that they've experienced, like easily,
The largest,
like doubled it,
yeah,
right?
The largest charity that they had ever received for like gaming was, I believe, 250,000. And so, Destiny community, you guys doubled that. So,
Yeah.
if you donated,
Doubled
if
down.
you watched like anything, thank you to everyone that donated to that. That is a
Absolutely,
tremendous effort on the part of the community. So, thank you.
Yep.
Like even people from Bungie got in on it. A bunch of Bungie employees were donating, and then the Bungie Foundation is also
Was matching,
matching every 1-to-1 all donations done by Bungie employees. Like Pete Parsons, the CEO of Bungie, came in and donated some as well. Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Such a milestone and such positive energy being generated out of it. Just the fact that everybody came together made that happen. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Destiny community is easily the most unique and special and incredible community on Twitch because of that, you know? Because like things like that can actually happen. That's what's incredible.
And then there's I think tomorrow where there's going to be another stream as well. There's going to be another stream as well with like any of the community members that happen to be in Tampa for tomorrow. I'm flying down there tomorrow, so maybe I'll show up in it. I have no idea what my schedule's looking like once I'm there, so who knows?
You guys gonna make any content while you're there with other guys, or just gonna focus on having a good time?
I'm probably going to get some vlog footage just because, you know, it's a fun thing to vlog, kind of catalog.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it
You
would
know,
be a
meme-
fun vlog.
Yeah, Memes is coming with me, so we're going to be able to kind of tag team like that, be making some
Fun.
vlogging content. But at the same time, I don't want making a vlog to take away from the experience.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like thinking, oh, I got to get some footage or something like that. So it's going to be secondary from being able to hang out, meet everybody in person. You know, Holtz, you know, we've never met in person, so that'll be the first time.
Oh, yeah. No, we haven't.
Right?
I wonder how tall you are, so am I going to be
I'm
looking
short.
up or down? Oh.
I'm
like-
guessing 4'8".
Damn, that's short.
Wow. Wow, Brian.
I'm like 5'8", 5'9", so I'm like a short Irish guy.
I feel like there's like a lull like in the excitement for Rise of Iron this week. It's like everything's kind of looking at the community con, everything's looking at the charity stream. Like everybody's kind of been so focused on that like Rise of Iron really isn't on the menu right now. It's like maybe next week we'll get a little bit more news. Maybe the week after that, and then like right then we're gonna once you guys get back from the community con, we'll be looking Rise of Iron right in the eye. But right
the
now
home
it's like a
stretch.
real short term thing. Yeah, hopefully we'll get like a 1 week kind of buffer between Taken King and Rise of Iron, where maybe they change the sandbox a little bit. Maybe something cool gets added to patrol, like those giant axes. I'm hoping for like a little teaser, something like that we've seen in the past. But it's funny. It's been like a slow news week about Rise of Iron, but all this other stuff has been going on kind of on the periphery of Destiny. That's been so exciting.
PAX is going to be next week as well, so I imagine there will be something during that.
Did you see the Bungie what the Bungie stores bring into PAX?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
It's more than just shirts, right? There's a bunch
Oh
of
my
stuff
god!
It's more than just shirts. Let me see if I can find that.
They got a replica Thorn hand cannon that they'll be selling. They got a foam replica hunter knife. I know you're coming away with one of
buying
those,
all of them.
Patrick.
I'm buying all of them. I'm not going
Yeah.
to PAX, but I'm going to buy all of them.
Yeah, this is
they
being
got-
sold on their website, right?
No, it's
Some of the
PAX
stuff is going to be convention exclusives. The replica Thorn and the foam replica knife are convention exclusives. They got some Penny Arcade Destiny pin set. They got a couple of shirts that are exclusive.
I get it.
Yeah. But there are a bunch of Destiny shirts. Some are those new community designed ones. I see
Yeah.
especially the Spade or the King of Spades one that's Cade 6. I remember that one. getting-
Looks like-
Let's see.
Do they have all the really nice action figures there as well?
They have them here available at register, and then the Titan is available, but the other
Okay,
two, the
the
Hunter and the
pre-order.
Warlock, are pre-order.
Okay, they're all pre-order.
So that stuff is pretty cool. If you're going to PAX and you're going to go to the Bungie booth, call me. I want me a
Yeah,
Thorn
hook me up.
and a,
Yeah, a Thorn.
and a
I'm just now
replica
seeing this.
Hunter
Yeah,
knife, man.
convention exclusives. That's too bad. It's only at PAX because
I
I
don't
would totally
care.
buy one of
My-
those.
I know I've been saving up to like move, but foam replica hunter knife.
Right.
I'm investing all stocks into foam replica hunter knives.
No
amazing.
pet in
It'll
Patrick's
be amazing.
neighborhood will be safe from the throwing knives of doom.
They're foam.
Yeah, if you get a headshot, it magically reappears in your hand. Also,
Hopefully it doesn't
pretty
set anything
Fantastic.
on fire.
yeah,
That Bungie store, if you want to see what else is available from Bungie at PAX, you can go to the This Week at Bungie this week. Not a lot of news in This Week at Bungie, but a lot of cool stuff in there regardless. Got a ton of pictures of new weapons and armor. Some of this stuff looks amazing.
Yep.
yeah.
They linked the art stations of a bunch of different artists, and as usual, the Bungie artists are just completely knocking it out of the park.
Yeah.
For
Just
weapon models
incredible
and everything.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm a huge fan of the Trials of Osiris stuff.
Oh, the weapons with the golden barrels look just stupendous.
Yeah,
Like they're my favorite looking weapons we've seen in this game so far.
Yeah, they're. I feel like the visuals are getting a step up, and I wonder if it's because of dropping last gen, and now they know that they can do even more assets to the weapons.
They might be able to have like higher texture resolutions on some of this stuff, or it's also because this is on ArtStation. This is a high quality
Renders.
render
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
the actual models.
I was thinking that too, but at the same time, I'm like, the armor seems to have more detail, but again, it might just because of higher resolution renders.
We also found out that Trials of Osiris will be going on a hiatus after the weekend of September 2nd and returning on September 30th. So this Trials will be gone for nearly a month.
For a month. Yeah, wow. We do DestinyCon, and then that's
Wait,
it.
it's coming back on the 30th?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, it's my birthday.
Hey, happy
Nice.
birthday.
Birthday trials stream.
It's a new
everyone.
Trials
Early
gear.
birthday.
Yeah. Yeah. It'll be fun.
Oh wait, so we have it next weekend. So this weekend and the next, right? For trials.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's so we have this weekend and the next weekend to do trials, and then basically, like I said, the 30th
Yeah.
September.
Cool.
I wonder why they're taking it away for the lead up to Rise of Iron.
No idea.
Do you think they're going, like you were talking about, doing a week preview
mean,
type of thing or a
yeah,
week event?
I'd be cool with that.
I wouldn't be surprised if they do like, all the maps are available to anybody for a week, and the new mode is, yeah. I mean that's gonna sell.
Supremacy Week.
Yeah, Supremacy.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
I'd love a Supremacy Week.
That would be fun.
I'd be down.
Mm-hmm.
We had a little conversation before. It's like we're just so looking forward to Rise of Iron that it's like the rest of Destiny feels like, okay, like let's get it. I want the new stuff, man. Like I'm sick of the old stuff. I want the new stuff. I want that new.
I'm definitely feeling stir crazy. Like I got this. Like I jump into Destiny. I raided last night for the first time in a few weeks.
Nice.
And it was a lot of fun. It was, I did King's Fall and Crota's End, and it was great. It was definitely great to get back into it. But at the same time, I'm still in this like, if I play Destiny right now, what am I gonna play?
Right.
I want Rise of Iron. I want it right now.
Yeah,
Be
totally.
Patient. Be patient, child.
I'm like collecting all my legendary engrams, all my exotic engrams, just trying to get as ready to grind for that raid as I can. What I really want is to start unlocking new exotics. I want new Rise of Iron armor, and
Ornaments.
I want to do the raid. Yeah, I want to start getting those ornaments.
Dolph,
That's what I'm really excited about at this point. Playing some Supremacy.
Dolph,
exactly.
you have a Kvostov? Dolph, you have still have your Kvostov?
Of course I do.
Oh, I know you do, Briar. God, you probably have 3 of them.
I think I do.
well,
Probably kept. No, I'm ashamed in you. Then I figured you would keep. I figured you would keep the original sets that you like load in with on your characters, the Kvostov, like
Armor and all that.
Yeah, like all the armor.
I had my original armor for a while until the Taken King basically forced me to get rid of it.
I did too, and then at some point I deleted it.
I still have my original Hunter scarf. I think it's one of the best looking scarves in the game. I think that looks really cool.
Yeah, the neck scarf. It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not so flashy. I don't know if I have my Kvostov actually.
You might have to delete a character because it's if you wanna start the quest to get the new Kvostov, the easiest way to start that quest is going to be by dismantling the current Kvostov, and it'll give you an item that starts off the chain.
What if you want to compare?
Oh, well then, delete another character, get another Kvostov. I thought about doing that too. I thought about doing that.
I think I'm just gonna if I don't have a Kvostov on me, I think I'm actually gonna just look for that because they said it drops out in the Plaguelands.
Yeah.
Randomly.
Yeah,
Kind of like how
it'll
those
randomly
those
drop,
weapon.
I'm not gonna
things.
dismantle my Kvostov until like I'm through with the story and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
is
kind
gonna
of
be
want to
like 2
do like
hours.
the quest. It depends on what it takes to actually find those parts. You guys want to talk about the Wrath of the Machine a little bit?
Yeah. So
raid.
Game Informer put out an article called "Raiders of the Lost Art," and it's just interviewing.
I get what you did there.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Is it really a lost art though? There's tons of different studios doing raids. Whatever. Okay. I think he's interviewing Gavin Irby. Irby, the Bungie's lead.
Maybe that was
okay,
a jab
yeah.
at the fact that it's been a year since the last raid.
I like it.
Yeah, but they go through a lot of design questions about how the hell do you just make raids in a first person shooter, because the only thing that we have that's kind of similar to that would be, I don't know, Borderlands.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that's
really rudimentary version.
Yeah.
As a boss with some mechanics, but that's it.
Yeah. So they go into things like the UI, in World of Warcraft. If you go into the raid, which by the way, Tefty, we need to talk about World of Warcraft a little bit later. I know what you did.
I'm only level 5.
Yeah, only level 5. You'll get there. Don't worry. We'll be raiding Molten Core soon. In World of Warcraft, like the UI, you can have really detailed thumbnails of debuffs. So if in a given fight there can be like 20 different debuffs that could possibly go out, and you can just mouse over it and it tells you exactly what it does to you. In Destiny, that's not a thing. In a first-person shooter, that you can't do that. So like the amount of debuffs are limited. It has to be very apparent just by the name, or the effect has to be pretty obvious once it's on you. figure out what it's going to do. They kind of discuss the Wrath of the Machine raid, and some of them, like, they don't discuss specifics of it, but they do discuss kind of like, I guess, how they went about designing it, or like what they've learned from their past raids a bit, I guess, the better way to actually phrase that. And from what it sounds like, this raid might be a little bit less mechanic heavy.
They seem to have started designing things in a way that lessen the amount of cheese, right? And I think Dark Below, I always felt, was kind of rushed out the door a little bit. You know, it was, unlike the rest of the raids, or the other two raids, it's not a continuous experience where you're warping from point to point. It feels, it's a much smaller area total, like compared to Vault of Glass or the Taken King. Like, it felt like a little, kind of a rush job a little bit.
Yeah, I think they admitted it too, right? How they were like, well, we had announced that Dark Below was coming in December, and they didn't want to not do that because everybody was expecting it, so they kind of rushed those elements and tried to put it together, and that's ultimately why they backed off on House of Wolves. King's Fall was definitely more expansive and more of an experience, but ultimately too fatiguing in the long run. So what I hope is that we get Vogue/King's Fall length with the mechanic level of Vogue and Crota's End.
Okay.
I'm with you.
That'd be
100%.
nice.
The only thing that, like, I love King's Fall because, I don't know, it's just mechanic wise, it's really interesting. But unfortunately, the mechanics are like, this is the way you have to run it. And they talked about in the article how it was kind of disappointing that this is the way that we designed the fight, and that's the way that people ended up doing it. There weren't a lot of different ways to do many of the fights. With like the only real exception being Golgoroth. How they would do the whole 6 orb strat originally, but then the community found that you can just do 1 or maybe 2 orbs. So
yeah, wasn't required.
Yeah,
to do all the orbs. Yeah.
That was like the only change that the community really did. So it was kind of disappointing on their end.
King's Fall, for me, it was like, initially, it was, I think, my favorite raid. Like, right off the bat, I was like, holy shit, that was a true achievement. It was absolutely stunning. It wasn't until 4 months of doing it repeatedly that I kind of just fatigued of the mechanics of stand here, shoot that. You know, it's just, and then, like, if you have somebody in your fire team that just doesn't get it, you're just going to fail repeatedly. Whereas in Crota's End and in Vogue, I always felt like even if I lost the guy in hard mode, everybody else could kind of
pull the chuck a solar nade and make Atheon fall right off the
cliff. Guys, don't worry. This gatekeeper guy, no, we don't need to do anything. Just throw grenades at him. He'll just
hold on.
He'll just back right up off the. He'll just back right.
I got this guy on my friends list who knows how to do this every single time. Hold on 1 second. He's really good.
All you got to do is unplug the LAN cable when he takes a knee, and we're good to go.
Yeah. That is funny. Think about those and them taking the precautions now to anti-cheese things, which is good, because again, King's Fall was a great experience. Going in for the first time, it was like, whoa, blew my mind.
Yeah.
And then the next 2-3 months after that were great times for raiding.
Yeah.
And then it became very obvious that it was a fatiguing experience. Just like, Pat, you've said, like, the mechanic is stay in one spot and do damage.
Yeah.
Throughout that's like the theme,
The theme of King's Fall is wait.
Yeah.
Basically, every single fight, it's one of my biggest critiques of, like, Ocarina of Time. You have a thematically fantastic thing, but a lot of basically every single encounter is wait, and then something will happen, and then you wait, and then something will happen, and you wait, etc., etc. Just a whole bunch of waiting with a little bit of shooting. Yeah, I like the way Crota's End made you feel a lot more. So there's a lot of movement in that one, aside from the whole last fight. Actually, this whole last fight thing was basically just you standing there and watching one person do the entire thing.
Yeah,
hitting that Crota with the sword.
Hitting Crota with the sword. Hitting Crota with the sword.
My problem with Crota's End wasn't the initial race through that dark corridor. That was exhilarating. Like, that was a genius. The bridge section, it was okay. It felt a lot like the mechanics in the Vault of Glass. And then I really didn't like the Death Singer portion. Like it seemed like a gear check, and it just was like
It kind
and then the way
was.
you just had to stand there when we were leveled appropriately for that raid. It seemed like you just had to stand there and shoot stuff for like 20 minutes, you know? And like,
Yeah.
especially if some of your raid team died and you had like one or two guys left, like you'd just be standing there with an icebreaker, wait for it to refill. Okay. Shoot a couple of guys in the head. Okay. Wait for it to
You
refill.
wait for your icebreaker to refill, then pop on
Yeah.
another sniper rifle that has a higher ammo capacity, so then you get
Yeah.
even more shots. Yeah.
But it was just like, it
Black
would take a
Hammer.
long time. And then the Crota raid or the Crota boss fight itself, my problem wasn't the mechanics in that. It was the fact that it was so buggy.
yeah,
Like you'd have
Yeah.
Crota just moving around the map like randomly. It was just so bizarre.
It was for like a solid month and a half or so. Like it was just, why is Crota in the crystal room? Why is he up?
Right.
Okay, let's just reset this.
Why is he in the pit? Yeah.
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 All right.
He
Let's
was
try
kneeling.
and-
He's walking
then
down
he
the
suddenly
stairs.
stood up and slammed, like
Yeah.
within a second. He'd be like kneeling, all of a sudden, boom, like, oh,
And that's where we learned about host and everything in Destiny.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
Thank you, Crota, for teaching us, about host in Destiny.
We learned the heavy ammo
it was
glitch because Zer
incredible.
wouldn't sell us any
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
heavy ammo.
Oh my god, the weeks that went by where Zer was like, oh my god, no heavy again, Jesus.
Just a drought.
What is going
It's
on?
Amazing.
We thought they were being maniacal against us.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sorry. No heavy.
I learned about orbs of light, basically like, making sure to save up orbs of light, using your supers to create orbs of light to allow other members in your fire team to get health from those orbs.
Yeah. See, it makes me wonder with the net code, how how much of these bugs are related to the netcode and the not being dedicated servers. Because if there was a dedicated server in place, and so everybody didn't have to keep on transferring all that data between each other in a peer-to-peer environment, how much of that would be fixed? And so if one person just happened to not get the best data from the server, at least the server knew the state of the game. So you wouldn't have things bugging out like that.
How many times was that? I think I have to drink 3 times.
Tom, get drunk. Drunk before DCC.
Sleeping the entire. Oh, it's only like an hour plane ride. Shit.
And also with Oryx, there's a lot of things that go wrong because of connectivity issues with Oryx. We're like,
desyncing from each other, and all. Why is
Yeah.
Oryx just like he's just standing there doing this? It's like, is he gonna clap? And all of a sudden, everyone just dies.
boom,
Where'd that ogre
right?
go? Oh, shit.
He's in the middle.
The
The biggest one?
the
biggest one if you're
ogre.
not host? The biggest one if you're not host is if you run by the relic, you stand there, and
Yeah.
it just won't give it to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
The
like,
the ogre one wasn't a netcode thing. It was actually it was a pathing issue with ogres.
terrain, yeah.
Yeah, it was a terrain issue where they'd just be like, I can't move anywhere. I'm just gonna teleport. It's always right in
Yep.
smack dab middle of everyone.
Yeah, that was funny. That was funny them talking about that. It's cool.
I think the best glitch that we've ever had was the thing that is integral to even completing the Crota fight, the sword. Where you would run up to it and it would just fall through the earth, and you'd be like, "What?
yes.
Yeah.
What? No, what?"
Especially like you were level 31 and it was the last time you had to do it to beat it,
Yep.
and it's been like 2 hours messing
Yep.
with it because of problems like that, and then it falls through and you're like, this game hates me.
Right?
Oh,
And
yeah.
you're
Why
the
do I
sword
keep doing
bearer.
it?
You're the guy
Yeah.
who's out there and just saw this happen, and you got to break the bad news to the rest of your team.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who's standing
You're
on
like,
the
"Why'd you
fucking
pick it
ledges
up?"
with a Gallahorn. Where are you, Teft? Where are you? Get
Why
up
did you
there.
pick it up?
Why did you
What are
just
you
die?
doing?
Why did you just die? What did you do? It's like the sword. It fell through the earth, and then they don't believe you because like it was kind of off screen to them. They're looking at Crota to make sure they can shoot it with their rocket launcher because none of them have a rocket launcher with tracking on it. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I
was a
remember those days. I remember those days.
You jump up on the platform and you see 3 rockets just sail
rockets.
by. You'd be like,
Yes.
"What the fuck? Fire at the ground! Didn't you ever play Quake?"
Halo rockets, man. Hit that floor. Oh, funny.
I'm looking forward to the new raid, man. I'm looking forward to doing it the first time. I think we're gonna have a blast doing it the first time. There is some concern that they kind of said maybe having an 8-hour raid isn't the most efficient use of everybody's time, and they're kind of targeting 5 hours. That doesn't worry me. I'll be honest with you. It doesn't worry me. Now, like, as long as the raid is a really fun experience, like that's what makes the difference to me. I want it to be fun. It doesn't need to be an 8-hour experience the first 3 times you do it. You know, as long as it's fun.
Yeah. You know, it makes me think maybe they need to start introducing more 6-man content into the game. Like, it doesn't have to be a raid every single time. Obviously, we have PvP, it's 6-man and then a raid. But what if they had 6-man strikes?
6-man patrols.
Yeah, hell yeah. Let's go patrol.
Yeah.
That's always fun. It's fun cruising around Venus because that's the other thing. I want the raid to open up into the social, the patrol space.
Yes, please.
So we can bring 6 in because it's way fun. It's always more fun to do that.
Yeah. That was one of my highlights of year 1 too. Was you'd be running patrols on Venus, you roll up and you see a group trying to open that door.
That was so cool.
You jump in, give them a hand, man, and they'd wave at you as they were going in.
Yeah. It was amazing, especially when like they were struggling. They were like level 24, 25s, and like a 29 showed up and was like, "Sup, you see this G-horn?
Yeah,
yeah, got
Check it
you.
out. Chatterwhite right here."
Did you guys ever have it where you
struggle.
opened up the door and then someone came like stumbling out of there?
Yes.
Yeah.
That happened to me too. Like, what the fuck? How long you been in here? It's Praedith.
I think that was probably one of the top moments in Destiny for me. It's like, oh, awesome, we finally opened up this thing, and then just random dude just comes running out. It's like, you're level 15. How did you even get in there? What did you do? Is there anything else to really go over this week? I feel like there wasn't a hell of a lot of there wasn't a hell of a lot of content or news coming out this week.
We're like straight up waiting at this point. You know, we've seen so much.
Yeah.
They've
Do you think we've seen too much?
They've given. Yes, absolutely. Like I didn't even watch the strike. I was like, hell no, I'm not going to watch the whole strike because it's the only new strike in Rise of Iron. I don't want to spoil it for myself because the first visceral experience going into something is always like the premium. Like that's what I pay for to be a day one player. I want that experience, you know. So yeah, I feel like they've shown quite a bit, and I hope it's not that way for Destiny 2. I hope, like, maybe what they're doing is thinking we got to get people on this train, and it feels like a lot of people are on the train already. But maybe in their eyes, they're thinking, well, it's been a year, we got to get people on this train, so let's show them more stuff.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
So maybe that's their methodology, and then Destiny 2 is going to be super secretive, and then new stuff.
Could be.
I don't know.
You know, on the one hand, I know that they've shown us a lot, but on the other hand, I really haven't seen much of the Plague Lands. So I'm looking forward to just exploring the Plague Lands. I haven't seen much of Archon Forge. I kind of understand what it is. I've seen some screenshots of it, but I'm really looking forward to getting in there and discovering, you know, how is this different than the Court of Oryx and the Prison Elders. I'm hoping that it's different because it's fun. And I'd like to, you know, I'm really looking forward to seeing Wrath of the Machine. And I'm also looking forward to seeing what's coming in the weeks after the release. Like all of those secrets we got in Taken King. You know, like the Sleeper Simulant quest, the Sword quest, you know, like the Gunsmith stuff, like all of that stuff that just kept rolling out. The Black Spindle quest or this Black Spindle mission. You know, I'm sure they learned some valuable lessons from the Taken King. I'm looking forward to seeing how they apply that to Rise of Iron and seeing what what the surprises are that get unlocked throughout the weeks after launch.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I think, you know, if they bring in a relatively small DLC right from day one, but have these amazing unlocks that happen every like 2 weeks to a month, that just are more than just oh hey, there's one piece of gear is available. Like maybe it's a piece of some sort of a quest line that gets unlocked that you get to do, and it's staggered content like that. I think that's a lot more entertaining than having it all up front and then being like, okay, we'll see you in, you know, when the Festival of Lost comes. And
I'd like to see them explore like saving some of that story for those quests too. Like maybe when you do like a No Time to Explain type quest, all of a sudden there's a cutscene there of like, maybe there's
Yes.
like an Aphrodite spear quest. We saw that picture of that black looking Aphrodite spear floating around the internet this week.
That was a Photoshop.
Okay. Well, maybe there's an Aphrodite spear quest. Maybe we'll be able to unlock a year 3 version of Aphrodite spear. And maybe there'll be like a little cutscene with Lord Saladin and Aphrodite, kind of chatting it up, talking. That'd be a really cool payoff to like content that comes 3 weeks after the release.
That would be great.
I don't think it's
maybe-
gonna happen.
Well, see, here's the thing though. Last gen has dropped, and last gen would not have been able to do that with the constraints that they already had. So maybe those doors are open now for them to add on larger pieces of content.
I think us wanting like that much new stuff coming because of last gen dropping, as far as this expansion is concerned, is probably just it's a little too much. I can imagine for Destiny 2, we'll probably see
No, Pat.
something.
Don't tell me that.
Hefty, I'm being realistic here. Damn it,
I'm trying to be
know.
a dreamer, and you're crushing me.
I can live with that. I'm very much okay with that. Actually,
Yeah, I think you're right too, Pat. Unfortunately,
but you can crush my dreams. How about this, Tefty? I really want there to be some new Arms Day stuff, like for
Yeah.
Bungie, based Bungie gods, please.
I think that's way more likely. They're way more
Yeah.
likely to give new stuff
right?
like that.
I know.
Do you think they'll replace it, or do you think they'll add to it?
I don't really
I think
care.
both. I think some of it's going to go away, and some of it's going to get like there's new ones and then replacements, but not all of it's going to get replaced.
I can't do another year of doing. Here's the Hake Jinku Kogo D, and it doesn't matter what the roll is because there's only 3 fucking rounds in this shotgun.
Like some weeks are legitimately exciting. Like some weeks have like something really cool. Like the PDX 45 when it had like a perfect roll on it, I got really excited. Some weeks, man, there's just nothing. Like it's just straight hot garbage.
Yeah, and that was actually my biggest problem. I was like, okay, I'm going to hold on to these until I get something good. I held on to the Irene like so long because I was looking for different roles.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know what? No, I'm
done with
good.
it.
I don't need it.
I got lucky with the Irene. I got that luck in the chamber roll like right off the bat, and that really became my PvE sniper of choice for the rest of the Taken
Nice.
King.
With
Just
the
does so
luck in
much
the chamber
damage.
roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, solid. Yeah, there's a lot of really great rolls. The problem is Arms Day, like you have to wait so long, and a lot of times the weapons
Yeah.
are just they're just bad.
Super
Most of the
disappointing.
time. Most of the time, or they're just
Imagine.
you get that hand cannon that has it has outlaw and it has firefly, and you're like, yeah, but it's got no range perks,
no
so
range
it only
increase.
works
You're
from
like,
like shotgun range or closer. Like, well,
Garbage.
fuck.
Yeah. See, again, I said this before, but if it was different for everybody, like every character that you got, like it had different sets of roles, then it would actually
That'd
be
be cool.
interesting. It'd be exciting to see. But because it's the same for everybody, it really lost my interest level. And
Yeah.
on top of that, if they had added something beyond just rep, getting your rep up to then hit rank 5, get the first curse, like if they had something that involved randomly getting the exotic quest line from an Arms Day package being delivered, then I totally would have done those. I would have been like, yeah, I need to get these because I might get that really cool thing to drop for me. But no, it's just usually garbage rolls with an exception here and there.
How about crafting? He's the gunsmith. Let him craft weapons specific to our order.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
I imagine.
This is not the Division, Brian.
I imagine
Sorry.
that's a Destiny 2 thing. If that would be
Yeah.
a thing.
You want to tell us about something you love?
Because no doubt you've noticed these wild mics and headphones that we're using. They're just some of the iconic gear that Blue creates. Blue's award-winning products are the driving force behind professional musicians, internet creators, and countless elite gaming teams and Twitch streamers. I hear we do that a bunch, and they can, they're really good. These mics.
Hell yeah.
Their Yeti USB mic is the internet's most popular microphone, and their MoFi and Lola headphones deliver insane sound and very personalized fit. Blue offers everything you need to completely immerse yourself in the ultimate gameplay experience. Learn more about Blue at bluemic.com.
Let's do some quick Twitter questions. You guys ready for some questions?
Let
A
me-
lot
let
of
me-
them.
let
Don't
me-
know if
let
we
me
get to
just-
all of them.
Let me lean back in the chair a little bit. Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
Get into
let's
relax
go.
mode.
Pat, you need a new chair. I went to Staples. This baby was $100, and it was the most comfortable out of all of them.
Okay, look.
Yeah.
I
got
want to
this
get
one
a new
at Sam's.
chair.
It's got springs in it, like a mattress.
Whoa, that sounds awesome.
It
Yeah,
is. It's pretty nice.
I want to get a new chair, but I
Yeah.
also want to move,
I see.
across the country
I
to
see your
Seattle,
dilemma.
and it's like, would I rather spend $100 on a chair, but then have to ship that chair, move it across the country, or would I rather
When do
just
you plan
like
on? When do you plan on moving?
I don't know.
So you sit in the chair
I-
every day.
I
It's
do.
worth spending the money now.
I have another chair upstairs that I'll probably just trade out for this one, but I'm holding off because like it's fucking pristine. It's pristine. There's like the foam padding is like brand new in it. So, it hadn't been
Why don't you switch out the chair?
I gotta like take this one up there, gotta take that one down here. Also
That's just lazy.
yeah, no, completely.
So you
It's
have a chair
upstairs.
problem because you're lazy,
Yes.
not because you're not willing to buy it.
Yeah. Also,
move.
I'm genuinely worried that changing the amount of padding on my ass will affect my gameplay.
I see.
I
so
see.
you need to like you need
Do
to set
all
up
important ass thumb connection.
Yeah, your ass KDR could be affected.
You wanna?
Like,
you
what if
wanna
I'm just-
fuck with your asshole elo?
What? Jesus. Now trending on Twitter. Asshole Elo. Thank you very much, Briar.
Oh my god! Wow.
I'm just thinking, like, I'll get too comfortable in that chair because, like, I'm not used to that amount of padding. I'm used to basically whatever the fuck this fiberglass is that I'm essentially sitting on right now.
That ass padding though.
I know.
Damn.
Ugh.
If I could buy a new chair, I'd buy one of them ones with the. It's like that see-through material, kinda.
The mesh shit.
Oh yeah, loving those.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
those are expensive. They're like $1,000, aren't
Yeah,
they?
but in the summertime, man, it gets hot up in this room.
Nah, I feel you on that. Yeah.
All right, Wilson 309. When making a PB&J sandwich, which do you dirty your butter knife with first? Peanut butter or jelly?
Okay. Okay. So, first off, before you even, crack either the peanut butter or the jelly open, you gotta toast the bread. You gotta toast the bread.
I agree with this.
Yeah, you gotta
If
toast
given the
bread.
choice, I want.
If
toasted
given the
bread.
choice, I understand if like you're in a pinch, you need to make some,
Yeah.
need to make a quick sandwich. I can
Yeah.
let it pass for now.
I'm not packing a toasted bread sandwich.
No.
I gotta be eating it right there.
You're
you
eating
gotta
that
eat right
now.
there. Yeah, eat that right now.
Absolutely.
I don't
But,
want. I don't
okay.
want 3-hour-old toast, man.
So what I do, what I do for the peanut is like you toast it. Yeah, okay, and you got your 2 pieces of toast. You
Yeah.
take the peanut butter first.
Sure.
Peanut
Yep.
butter. Put it
Okay.
on 1 piece of toast,
Yep.
and then you put it on the other piece of toast.
Whoa.
So you're getting double. You're
Wait,
getting
what?
double peanut butter. So you
No.
don't spread it that thick. You don't spread it that thick. You have to kind of reduce it down. It takes practice, or else you get like an overload on peanut butter. And then after
You
that,
get no jelly absorption in the bread this way.
no,
your jelly's sliding all over the place.
Yeah.
It slides all
You
over
are
the
fundamentally
place.
flawed, my friend.
No. But it gets proper coverage. It gets proper coverage over everything due to it sliding around everywhere. So every single bite is going to have like jelly in it. It's going to have a perfect peanut butter to jelly ratio. You're not just going to get some little bit of peanut butter, a little bit of clumpiness. No, it's like perfect, even coating. Basically,
You can do it on one coat,
I don't
man.
think so, man.
One coat. One coat, one
Yeah,
side
you
of
got-
bread. What you do, you take the butter knife,
Yep.
you spread it across one side of the bread. You can do it nice and even, whatever thickness or consistency you would like. No crunchy peanut butter, though. Fuck those guys.
amen.
Then you take a spoon, put that in the jelly jar. You know, fucking
Oh,
with
yeah.
that, trying to keep that jelly on the fucking butter knife. That shit'll drive you insane. You just
I
get
just-
a spoonful.
I just
you
turn the
plop it
jar
down on
sideways
the
and
bread,
scoop it out.
and then you use the other end of the spoon to spread it around, and you're good to go.
Yeah, you see,
Dunzo.
I'm basically Breyer's method, but instead of taking a spoon, I'll just like pour a little bit of the jelly out.
Yeah,
it
pour it
depends
out
on
and
the type of
spread it.
jelly.
Flirting
Some
with
of the jelly
fire.
is. I know, but if you're good, if you've done it enough times, you can just
Yeah.
do the right
Uh,
drip
and
and, then
what you
take
do-
the peanut butter knife.
Yeah,
and finish
you
it.
take the knife and you just like fling it around in the jar a bunch, so then it breaks the jelly up even more. And then so then when you pour it out, it's like the amount that you like mushed up even more perfectly comes out, and the rest of the jelly stays in the jar. Boom.
Yep.
Yeah.
And also, you need to go to some like local berry farm that makes some of their business from homemade jelly jam. No, that stuff is delicious. It is way better than the Smuckers or whatever the hell you're going to buy at the store.
Yeah,
you
it's
go to a
true,
place like
Tefty,
that,
but I'm just against it because I'm always have to be against something that you're for.
Also,
But I think
have you not had
jellies.
this?
or jam are acceptable, but preserves, that's for fascists. Stay away.
Yes. Oh
There it
my
is.
God.
I agree.
This is like the one food thing that we are like
think
we
so,
all
man.
agree toasted. We all agree that crunchy peanut butter needs to get out.
Yeah.
And
GTFO.
and we may have differences on the ratios and the spreading,
Yeah.
but yeah. And then preserves need to get the fuck off. Yeah.
I feel like we need to have a hug right now.
I know.
I'm
God.
down to hug it out.
Podcast is done, guys.
Right?
We're done. We
just call
Man,
we
one
found
question.
Because there's going to be another one in here that gets us going.
we have found
One question cemented our friendship.
Thank
we
you,
found an
Wilson.
equilibrium.
Thank you.
It's amazing.
Incredible.
Ash Matheson. what
Wait.
sparrow-
Tefty, what type of bread?
Well, that's a problem though. 'Cause I'm gluten free, but that's because of health reasons.
And the strife has returned. Yes. Fuck your gluten-free bread.
It's for health, man.
My wife
No.
brought home English
You get
muffin
that bunny bread.
It's made out of the same stuff you make an English muffin out of, but it's a loaf of bread. It's pretty good.
That sounds
Yeah,
fucking
it
delicious.
Sounds delicious.
You get some fucking bunny bread.
I don't
That's
even know
what
what that
you
is. What's
Yeah,
bunny
it's
bread?
a
Is that like
a
Wonder
southern-
Bread?
It's a southern thing. Yeah, it's basically Wonder Bread.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's not acceptable.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Okay,
you
then you
step
just
up your
get
bread
like honey
game.
wheat. You like some
your
honey
bread-
wheat.
Also,
There you go.
your bread game and your jam game. Apparently, you're not into like delicious homemade jam. So, problems. Anyways, we should do the next question.
All right, Ash Matheson. What sparrow and ship from Destiny would you really want in real life?
Ooh,
I mean, I can go easy with the sparrow. It's the Jade Rabbit. With the ship, I think I would want the glowy one from the new. Oh no, I want the one from House of Wolves with the three, like the blue one with the three pointy.
the dolphin
things.
one.
Yeah, I want that one.
You want the space dolphin?
Yeah,
Nice.
I think it's dope with the skin that kind of is like shimmering.
That new monarchy ship that
Yeah,
looks like a
that's good.
race car. Love it.
That's a good one.
I'd take that. I'd definitely fly around in that. Sparrow wise, I don't know. I'd take a hot pink sparrow from SRL.
If you got a sparrow, man,
I'm not picky, man. If I have a ship and a sparrow, like that's fucking awesome. In this current
I don't
world,
give a shit what it looks
I
like.
don't give a shit. Get me off this planet right now, as long as I have a good internet connection. Shit.
As long as I got high speed internet.
Yeah,
that's
as long as I
good.
have high speed internet, we'll be good.
Sling got Wi-Fi. Fuck you, then. I don't want it. Kevin asks, do you think the ornaments might change special heavy burn types? RE Fire Lord instead of Thunder Lord.
Well, never mind. I answered that too quickly. It could be a possibility. I don't know.
It could be. It could be.
It
I don't
seem-
think
it's-
it is going to happen,
yeah.
but
Yeah, I don't
theoretically,
think
it's
gonna
possible.
happen either. I think what they're doing, just like with chromas, they're like, hey, here's a way to change some cosmetics.
Yeah, I think it's purely
Step one.
cosmetic. Yeah.
Yeah, then step 2 was they introduced some more colors with the chroma, and then ornaments is like the evolution of that. Maybe down the road in an expansion or Destiny 2, they might start adding gameplay changes, but I think it's purely cosmetic.
That Fire Lord has not. I have not forgotten that Fire Lord, though.
Nobody has. We all remember the Fire Lord.
We all
We remember it like multiplayer in No Man's Sky.
Pour one out. Pour one out.
A burst of skill. What are everyone's thoughts on the charity stream and what that says about our community?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
Incredible.
man, I think you summed it up pretty well.
Nailed it.
Fuck
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
We talked about it at the beginning of the podcast,
Yeah.
but yeah, like that.
Yeah.
It's just staggering what this community can do. And when people say Destiny is dead, nah, man, nah.
That was like the title.
We're ju-
Game
yeah.
Rant did an article about it on their
Yeah.
website. That was the title. A burst of skill. What are everyone's thoughts? Oh no, I'm sorry. Crazy Cobras. Will I be able to infuse at Pope Bear RNG into my characters come Rise of Iron?
You know,
You don't know what you have to do to get that, man.
Yeah.
Just consider that the three of us have not attempted to get it because we know the cost.
It's a dark magic.
Understand.
Think of the Horcruxes in Harry Potter. That level of magic. Dangerous.
It's nasty stuff. Unicron. If content is in short supply during year 3, how are Bungie going to deliver regular content during Destiny 2? So I don't see these two things to be related, to be honest with you, Unicron, is that the reason there's such a short amount of content coming is because of Destiny 2. It doesn't necessarily relate to what we can expect in Destiny 2. I don't think we're going to see a return of year 1 Destiny with, 2 DLCs and then another, big one at the end of the year. But I would expect that, I'm hoping that with Destiny 2 is they've improved the engine enough that they can get content out faster and that they can actually, focus on releasing content with Destiny 2 as opposed to focusing on Destiny 3.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they already said that this DLC that's about to drop was birthed in January. Or the concepts and the need for it were a January inspiration. Mm-hmm. So in 9 months, roughly, 8 months, 9 months, whatever you want to say, they've created this content and the marketing for it. So it's definitely possible that Destiny 2 is going to bring some different timing and pacing for content drops. It's just, we're all feeling the burn and the sting right now from the fact that Taken King was basically 1 year. Yeah. And I don't know if Rise Iron is going to change any of that. I have a feeling we're going to need Destiny 2 before they can come on fully online so they can show that they can deliver new stuff consistently. Or it's the same as it always been.
It could
we
be.
just have to live with
it.
It
It could be.
Yeah.
Hopefully they've learned from the success of Destiny and the need for players to get new content at a paced rate, that they designed Destiny 2 with that in mind, with possibly, people will say they held back content, but like imagine if you got like a little drop of content once a month, and then like a big thing every 6 months. Like if they design the content with that in mind, that could be really exciting and create a lot of PvE replayability.
Yeah, it's that, and then also allow the community to start making stuff through a Forge mode.
Oh God,
so if
that
we
would
get
be so good.
if we get the Forge, the pillar of Forge, and then Bungie making content, and then the PvP having tournaments and customs and all that, like we have a full Destiny meal that we can feast on throughout the year.
Right. It's like a Thanksgiving every day.
Every day, getting fat on Thanksgiving.
Sour stench flesh. What is something that you are not looking forward to in Rise of Iron? I could say July, August.
Content fatigue.
Yeah. June.
Nailed
Waiting
it,
for
man.
the April update.
The April update. There it is.
Like nothing that's been announced thus far, I'm like, oh shit about. It's
Not even Thorn, not just a little bit, like not in the back, like the.
Okay, fuck yeah, I'll put Thorn top of the list.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm down. I'm way down for Thorn. It's been off the market. People hate it, and yet it's balanced right now. I'm down to have it back in. Honestly, there's nothing that's in the DLC that I'm like, oh, I can't believe they did that. Oh my god. I'm excited for all of it. It really is the content drought that I'm worried about afterwards.
I think if they don't change anything to Thorn from how it is now, they just bring it up to year 3, I think everybody's going to be using it. Everybody. I think it's going to be, yeah. If you go into, like, hardcore Crucible right now, like, where, light doesn't matter, everybody's using it. And that's because it is a very accurate hand cannon. It's got Send It, which hand cannons don't have anymore. It actually
They might change
hits.
it, though.
Yeah, I'm saying if they don't change anything.
Oh, yeah.
I think everybody's going to be using Thorn again.
Yeah, it's It's just a very good hand cannon, and it has what a lot of hand cannons don't, which is just consistency.
Yeah.
So-
But hopefully they're gonna bring it into year 3. Hopefully they change, like they take away send it, and make. It's hard to like say they take away send it, like because that's just meaning they're just gonna make it unreliable, like the rest of the fucking hand cannons.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm torn on it. I'm really looking forward to
you
the
know what?
quest for it, though.
I'm not looking forward to the fact that it's still 30 FPS. Nailed it.
Cryo Freeze. Do you think legendary marks and glimmer caps should be increased?
I'm
Not
wondering.
personally.
I'm wondering why. Like, what's the reason for them to be increased right now?
Yeah. I feel like the economy gameplay loop right now is working. If you play the game enough, you can easily hit max glimmer, and then also you get enough legendaries to dismantle to get legendary marks, and also doing the dailies and all that. So I think right now it doesn't feel like there's a problem. And also you can only get a weapon or 2 per week if you play regularly. I mean, you can get more than that if you like really grind hard, but normal play nets you a weapon or 2 per week, and I think that's fair. So I don't think they're going to increase limits.
Yeah, I don't know. I see people always. Excuse me. I see a lot of people wanting like a glimmer cap increase. I can definitely like understand that for the most part. It is a little bit frustrating to like buy a bunch of arms day packages and you're like, well, shit, I'm down to like 10k glimmer or something. Or like you buy a bunch of heavy ammo synths and everything, but at the same time, I don't know. It's just an economy game, and if they keep the max amount of currency that you use to buy everything else kind of low, then it keeps people from like building up too much of the currency, and then we have strange coins, which never mind. a lot of people have just a ton of thousands. I wonder how many Datto's up to now, because he doesn't buy anything with them. I'm pretty sure he's up to like 2,000 at least.
Can't remember. I had a lot going into the Taken King, and then I bought a lot of 3 coins. But I think I had 1,500 before I started buying heavy ammo just recently.
Now, if they started making quests that require large donations of glimmer every time, like they did with like they did with the chaperone quest, then yeah, they would need to increase it. But I think it's fine right now.
I don't have a problem with it, but I play every day, so it's like super fast. Like I don't even realize how quickly I'll be dismantling legendaries and realize I'm not getting any legendary marks. And be like, oh, I'm at 200. Like
I was small rant. I was doing that, or I was saving up legendary marks because I was going to buy that hand cannon from Iron Banner last week.
Yeah,
and then Comcast shit the bed on Friday when I was like rank 4, and I couldn't play. Like I just literally couldn't play the game until about Monday, really late on Monday, and I was just so fucking tired from dealing with Comcast all day that I just went to sleep, and I wasn't able to get that. I didn't get that God Roll hand cannon.
Oh, it's so good. Actually, I got one that has Outlaw Rifle Barrel in Icarus that I absolutely fucking adore.
Me too, man.
Like,
I got that one on
really
PS4.
love it. It's not
Yeah,
capable
love
of a 2-shot kill like that reactive reload one is, but goddamn, it's fun to use, especially on my Hunter.
Yeah.
I really love it, and I
had
Outlaw.
a lot of good time with it too. Yep, I had a good time with it.
Yeah, I haven't liked a hand cannon this much since year 1. Solomon McFadden, thoughts on how to stop this special weapon meta without making primary weapons something out of COD?
Just limit the amount of ammo. Make them more special.
I think I don't want Call of Duty primary weapons, but I would like a slight increase to time to kill.
It's not a if or statement. It's not. Yeah. Oh yeah, we can make them worse, but the only other option is to make primaries suddenly like COD. No, there's balance in it. You can buff primaries up from their current state without reaching that level. Yeah. We talk about this almost every single week, but
it's such a big issue, though. I mean,
yeah, no, it's a valid issue right now that sees everyone wants to see some sort of change happen, Basically,
Yeah.
right now, primaries, they've stated, they want primary battles to be like focusing on team shooting. And, I understand where they're coming with that philosophy. I think a lot of the player base just simply disagrees with it, which is why people are switching to the most effective method for killing someone in a 1v1 scenario, which is generally a special weapon. So if primaries were able to, just kill just a little bit quicker, not Call of Duty, just brat dead, but, just a little bit more, we'd see more primary play at the very least.
I don't know if that would necessarily swing it, honestly.
I
Because
also think there needs to be some changes to the special weapons themselves.
Oh yeah. No, there definitely does.
Because honestly, closing the gap with a shotty, when you see them around the radar, you know how to do it.
Yeah.
It's so effective.
Yeah. For the longest time, I said that shotguns are pretty much balanced, but as more and more people have gotten perfectly rolled party crashers and have brought them into the Crucible, I've become, my story has changed on that. As I've seen like what a perfect party crasher can do, that's a bit ridiculous. It's a bit too much range considering the movement speed, the fact that primary rifles have been nerfed or primary weapons have been nerfed repeatedly. I feel like the range on shotguns needs to be looked at again. I kind of am thinking that those high impact shotguns just need to go away. I'm going to be honest with you. They just seem too hard to balance properly. And then
This feels a lot like what I was saying almost well over a year ago.
a little bit,
Oh, we were all saying it.
a little bit of a buff to primary weapons. I think where the doctrine was pre-nerf was perfect. I think instead of nerfing that weapon, they should have buffed all the others to compete with it. And then sniper rifles need to be looked at too. I think hidden hand is kind of a stupid perk, and I think there needs to be flinch on sniper rifles.
Yeah. I've been saying that a lot as well, and then I've switched over and started using shotguns, and every now and then I'll get a kill with it. I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
And then somebody will kill me from a crazy distance. I'll be like, what?
Yeah.
And it is an inconsistent weapon. It is, absolutely. Like, there's
Yeah.
times where I straight up, I'm like, there's a damage tax that happens where it's like, sorry, 50% of that damage is getting reduced for whatever reason. But they are so incredibly effective at closing the gap. You see somebody on the radar and they don't see you, and you know how to use the movement speed to your advantage. It's incredibly effective to close the gap. And the main way to counter that with a primary is to play incredibly passive. Just back up as much as you can and bait them into long corridors so you can then just gun them down. And I don't know, I think it's a kind of a fatiguing playstyle when the shotgun rush playstyle it's really satisfying. It is.
Yeah, everybody needs to change every once in a while. Like I tend like
refuse.
I'll play for a month with a shotgun and I'll get bored of it, and I'll play for a month with a sniper rifle. I'll get bored of it. I'll play for a month with a fusion rifle. I don't know. I just kind of rotate through. I can't. I just can't focus. I've got ADD, weapon ADD.
The only
It's good
time
to have in Destiny.
the only time I really ever like don't use a sniper rifle is if I don't know, there's some new game mode to play or something, or like you're going into an unfamiliar set of circumstances and it's like throw on a shotgun, just throw on a shotgun. That's the best thing to do. But yeah, I like the way snipers play, so that's what I
snipers
just
are
kind
fun.
of always use.
Yeah.
Solomon McFadden just asked a question. I'm going to ask the next one. It's Fatty Caddy. Do you guys think in Rise of Iron, bad perks like Guerrilla Fighter, Danger Close, etc., will be removed and replaced?
I fucking hope so.
Highly doubtful. Highly doubtful.
I really hope they are.
I don't think they're getting removed.
I
Because
know.
it's like, it's an interim expansion. They're not doing
Yeah.
any like major, it's not like Taken King removing things and adding major parts, It's like, here's more content. Rise of Iron. Also, enjoy that underdog.
Also, we haven't heard anything about a sandbox update yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
We haven't even heard anything about Arms Day either, and like that's been asked a ton of times, and there's just been nothing on it as far as I can tell.
Do you think they're saving that as like another Bungie stream reveal? Be like, hey,
They
Arms Day
do tend to
and
usually
Sandbox.
do one in the tower.
Yeah, you're right.
Have they not done one? Huh? Yeah. For some reason, I thought they had. Yeah. Maybe they'll do another stream where they show the tower or something.
Yeah, like vendors. They did show some vendor stuff already. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
The Last Mohican 9, what is your stance on selfies and that should they be called lonelies?
What if there's somebody in there with you? in your
It's not a
selfie?
selfie, it's two people.
It's a
I don't know what to call that either.
it's a picture is what it is.
Look,
It's a
Last
picture.
Mohican, don't judge. Let people do what they
Yeah.
want to do to be happy.
No judge.
Unless they're eating crunchy peanut butter, then you can judge all you want.
Judge away.
The lazy theologian, do you guys feel that Bungie is setting themselves up for failure by showing us so much of the new content before launch? We kind of talked about this before.
Yep.
Waver, would Patrick consider sharding Dead Zone cloak or Tefty shaving his beard for charity?
I was actually
What you got in
asked
mind,
this.
Waver? Let's see
yeah.
some money on the table. Put some money on the barrelhead here, and we'll have a conversation. But right now, you're just talking about theoretical
Yeah, theoretics.
theoretics. It's a new word. It's a plain and
I
dusty
love
word.
it. I love it.
Yo, theoretic. You're majoring in theoretics right now.
Like, you got to put the money on the barrelhead, then we'll have a conversation.
Yeah. I don't know. I love how some of the stuff that happened this week was, a bunch of streamers would, delete. Mr. Fruit deleted all his doctrines. There's a big thing with Chipwreck deleting his Aya's Luna. I don't even know if he actually did it or not. There's a bunch of things where people would delete characters and everything, and ultimately it comes down to what the streamer is willing to get rid of. I don't think the streamer should be pressured into getting rid of something that they really, really like, even for the sake of charity. I know that sounds like a really fucking, I don't know, just bad thing to say, but I mean, I'll delete tons of shit. Probably not my Dead Zone Revolution cloak or my Hunter, but no shit. I'll delete everything except my Hunter and my Dead Zone Revolution cloaks, essentially, if it came to charity.
Nice. Yeah, I'd say. I was just gonna say, if you're planning on donating that money anyways, then, who's, yeah, it's an awkward thing to say. Well, hey, you should
delete this so I
beard.
can donate something. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, If there was a big enough number, though, yeah.
Mr. Water Balloon.
If there's a big enough number, I'll cut my hair. Come on.
Yeah.
Mr. Water Balloon, what faction, Future War Cult, Dead Orbit, or New Monarchy, will you be ranking up first for packages and which package types? That's right, we're going to be able to select which package type we'll get. Mm-hmm. This all depends on when we get to the tower and we do that run around to see what all the rolls are on all of the weapons. That will decide what I start leveling up first.
I don't know. I'm not gonna like edge any of the faction reps just because I have so many moats and other materials just sitting around. Mm-hmm. So it's whatever.
Did we lose Patrick?
No, I'm right here. Hello.
Oh, okay. I just got silent. I thought. Oh.
I don't know. Figured Tefty.
Tefty, you got a preference?
What was the question again?
Faction. Which faction are you gonna level up first?
Yeah, usually I don't really care about this in the beginning of a DLC.
Yeah.
But I have New Monarchy on my Titan, Future War Cult on my Hunter, and Dead Orbit on my Warlock, and I just keep it that way.
Yeah, that's kind of how I run it too. I really don't like the look of the New Monarchy armor though. Like, I really dislike it.
I don't think I've actually studied it yet to see it form an opinion.
Charles Boyle, if you all be a Destiny character in real life, who would it be? You could answer. You could use whatever abilities they have.
My Hunter.
I can never get away from the self-res thing with the Warlocks, man. That seems like it'd be super useful.
A little bit, yeah. A little bit.
Like, everybody else has got super awesome abilities. But self-res, man, you can do some shit with that.
I agree. Self-res is the way to go. Be like, you're trapped. Time to die. No!
Nah.
5 hours later. I'm back, bitches.
And I got all these fucking solar grenades.
See, My hunter's just is smart enough not to get in one of those situations. Cause I run away from everything.
Until that one time you get caught with your
No,
knives out of your pocket.
no. See, I bought. I'm gonna buy all the knives. Buy all the knives from PAX West.
Don't they? Okay.
All of them,
I
Tefty.
say,
All of them.
you have a warehouse.
I will buy all of them.
ICUP Funny Colors. Any of you guys planning to get into the competitive Destiny scene?
Wasn't this a question last week?
Yeah, this is
Maybe.
last week. I can't remember what I answered, so I'll answer with what I feel like this week. No, probably not. I'll dabble in it because I think a bunch of people do want to see like Watts and I do like a tournament or get in a tournament or something. But no, I don't think I'll deliberately go in and try to go MLG or anything.
Yeah, I'm
too old for
There's
that shit.
definitely no way.
I'm too old.
There's
for that
definitely no
shit.
way. Yeah, like I stream and play the game purely from a perspective of I'm having fun and I enjoy that aspect of it. If I were to try to take it like on a professional like MLG level, A, there's no way I could because I'm not good enough, but also B, I think I would just end up not liking it. So,
Miss
I want to have fun.
Miss 5000 Watts is also in chat now. Welcome back, Watts. I hope you.
Yo, Watts
sorry,
in
you had to
chat.
drop your cats off at the kennel, but now she says, "Screw you, Patrick. We are going MLG." So I mean,
Like
Nice.
the game battles thing is fun. You don't have to like pretend
true.
that you're going MLG or that you're going to be a pro Destiny player to play game battles and have a good time.
Yeah.
But for me, Trials of Osiris is just about as competitive as I want to get, I think.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, there's
that's a
days where I
really
love it.
cool thing. You know, Trials of Osiris is pretty awesome.
There's days where I love it and there's days where I hate it, and like I think it's at the perfect level for me as well. I think if I was trying to do an actual circuit, MLG and all that, I think I would ultimately end up hating it. So
I think what we
Game
could
battles
do,
is different. You know, it's like, you know, you play people, it's, you know, you go up the ladder, you go down the ladder, depending on how you win and lose. You know, it's different. It could be fun.
I don't know. I think it'd be cool to definitely get some, since private matches are coming. I think we could probably do some more podcast showdowns.
Oh yeah, we definitely got to get that going.
Yeah, there we go.
And we had a
And
good
we can
idea
have a
too.
4v4.
Yeah, we can actually have a.
That's right.
Yeah.
That would work. That's good too. That way we don't have to bring in ringers like True Fake. We get pissed about when we do stuff like that. little upset. We had a good idea too. This a couple days ago is to do like a sub wars where you have two streamers get together and pick subs at random to be on their team, and then the two streamers both form their team. They get into a 6v6 match, but the two streamers don't actually fight. They just stand there wearing chatter white and like act as spectators / commentators on the action, while the
That's awesome.
subs actually have to win or lose the
That's
battle.
great.
What you could do is do elimination and just have them be hunters essentially with no armor. Start of every round they shoot they shoot a trip mine or something to kill themselves, and then they can just spectate as ghosts for the entire round and they won't show up.
So
on
we also
radar or
came up
anything.
with this 8-ball mechanic though, that if you accidentally kill, like if it was, my subs versus your subs, Holtz, and one of my subs accidentally killed you, it'd be like sinking the 8-ball inappropriately and
Oh,
you just
they
lose
lose.
the round.
Oh, no.
So like there could be some strategic bastardry happening.
Okay.
Like if you wanted to protect one of your teammates by jumping on a grenade.
I don't know. That'll
I don't know. I thought it could be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that to happen. Like there's a lot of shit that can happen with custom matches or private matches.
Yeah.
TJ Gooner?
Definitely.
Is the argument that skill-based matchmaking makes it better for low skill, better invalid? Okay.
What?
That's a weird sentence. Is the
more
argument
time.
that skill-based matchmaking makes it better for lower skill, better invalid?
Invalid? No, it definitely makes it a better matchmaking experience for lower skill
Yeah.
players.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gives it an even playing field for them and not get matched up against people who have clearly put in a lot of time and understand the mechanics.
The second part of his question is, wasn't in COD etc and was fine. I ask you, TJ, to go Google skill-based matchmaking Call of Duty and see how many videos you can find that absolutely can't stand it. It's over 100,000, I bet.
I mean, skill-based matchmaking for the people that play the game a lot ends up it forces you to have these competitive matches that you're not always thinking, oh, I want to go have a competitive match. Sometimes you want to just chill and relax, and SBMM forces you to play the quote-unquote meta.
Yeah, that's why
so you don't
I
just get
can't play
drowned.
doubles, man, because it's just like every match, it's like you're just like sweating as hard as you can to get past it, you know?
Yeah. It's a tough philosophy because on one end, it's a competitive game mode, so it should be... It is competitive. Like,
Yeah.
it's in there.
I'm sorry,
the
I'm
title
still
says
fucking
competitive.
lost on what the hell this question was asking.
Is
It broke
S-
my brain. The way
Is
that was
skill-based
phrased.
matchmaking good for lower-end tier players?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
is the statement saying it's good invalid? So the counter argument is that you don't get introduced to higher skill players and you don't learn from that as much
Yeah.
when you're lower skill.
You still will. It'll just,
Just not as much.
yeah, it'll be, a little bit at
Okay.
a time. You won't, if you enter Destiny, theoretically, you'd never come up against, KJ Hovey until you actually got up to that skill level.
Oh, until you play like 20 games.
Or you play
and
trials and you
then-
get
yeah.
you get matched up with them in the 7th game.
Or play
Yeah.
trials. Or be on your 6th game and play somebody from halfway around the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
All right,
really
I
the
mean-
problem with skill-based matchmaking is that most players would really prefer connection-based matchmaking because it just feels like a better game at that point.
Yeah. The biggest problem with Destiny is that we don't have dedicated servers which allow those high-skilled based matchmaking games that feel like ranked playlists actually feel truly competitive because somebody's ahead of the game, somebody's behind the game. It's just peer-to-peer is bad for it.
Nathan Torp, think we will get new weapons from the Guardsmith in Rise of Iron?
We fucking better. We fucking better.
Sigo says, thoughts on Bungie going back to more of a VOG/Crota's End raid style feel with Wrath of the Machine? Hey, we talked about this a little bit before. I'm in favor.
Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of talked about it.
Yeah, the hardest thing about just King's Fall, I mean, it's a heavily mechanic based raid. So while that's awesome, it is also incredibly punishing to to run that because if one person messes up, you can play perfectly, but if one person
Also, most of the
messes up,
mechanics are stand here, shoot that thing.
yeah, basically.
Chase Mastenson, what's the appropriate punishment for a kitty for breaking a PlayStation? So if your cat was to say jump up on the table, push over your PlayStation, and it broke,
Well,
how should said cat be?
well,
dealt
real
with?
talk. Don't punish your pets after the act is done because they don't understand that concept of past actions.
This is true.
The better option would be, I don't know, bolt down your PlayStation so your cat can't knock it off and just
Don't put it in a vertical position.
chalk
Don't
it up
put it
to
in a vertical position on the side.
Yeah.
take the loss, man, and just improve.
Yeah, like I got mine in a little cubby, so there's no way it can get knocked over. I mean, it's standing vertically, but if it was to get knocked a bit, it would just it wouldn't fall over aggressively.
I
So,
keep mine from falling over by having it laying flat.
You could do that too.
It's pretty good.
Ice asks, what is this craziest game idea you've come up for private matches? I didn't come up with it, but elimination vehicles only. That was the craziest one I've heard.
On First Light. It's great.
I actually haven't given any thought to it, really.
Yeah.
I've been thinking more about like what competitive modes could we really see, because I want to see kind of more competitive Destiny stuff take off, and get seen more, and I'm thinking Supremacy, like 4v4 Supremacy, would be a really solid game mode to try to watch.
That would be fun.
It would. It'd be a lot of fun.
I wonder, like it'll be interesting to see the competitive side of things start to evolve now, because now that they can create private matches, now that they can select playlists, they can select maps, they can select which game modes they want to play. I wonder if they'll start doing like a rotating game mode, rotating maps, or specific game modes on specific maps, or if they'll just settle on one game mode and like 3 different maps. It'll be interesting to see how this goes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, agreed.
I also know Crandall asks, some of the new artifacts have made some exotics redundant. Will this affect the future of exotics? I think it's harsh to say redundant, because as soon as you take the artifact off, you might still want that exotic. Mm-hmm. Like you might, sometimes you might want the armamentarium, sometimes you might want the artifact that gives you double grenades and double melees, but just because you're not using the armamentarium right now doesn't mean it's redundant, because you might want it later if you decide to switch to a different artifact.
The other thing is, like, it's making it redundant. Well, it means it's opening up another exotic slot for you at the same time.
True. Yeah.
So you're basically getting more benefit than you normally would. Yeah, that's another way to look at it. I mean, look at the Hunter Helm that gives radar on primaries. Okay. It doesn't really see a lot of use, but I'm sure some people use it, and they're kind of, maybe they really like it, and they don't like that it takes up their exotic slot. Well, cool. Now you have that artifact that does that, and you can use a different exotic and still get that same benefit that you normally use. So I don't know. I see it, if it's making something redundant, that's good, because it's allowing you to open up other
playstyle options.
Open up other playstyle options on your character.
Yeah,
it's gonna be really fun messing with that stuff.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Bungie will be thinking about that stuff in the future, though, because I doubt that's the only artifacts that we're ever going to see.
Yep,
they're going to do stuff like that. I'm sure there's going to be future ones as well.
You feel like they're locked into keeping this in the game in Destiny 2, or could they just this was a one and done kind of thing?
No, I think this is a progression thing. They're going to start thinking about this stuff in the future as well. Personally.
The super fun people, Cancer versus Destiny community, who would win? Also, describe the perfect pizza topping combination. Man, you just these are some big bomb ass questions.
2 questions.
Super fun.
That's 2 questions.
That's 2 questions.
All right,
and
each of you pick
questions.
All right, we're just gonna go with the pizza one, because I don't even know what the hell Cancer versus
Oh,
Destiny
because that's a rhetorical question. Destiny community wins
right,
all the time
exactly.
Anyway.
Yeah, obviously.
Exactly.
The stream showed that today. The bigger question that we can get much more discussion on is best pizza toppings. And personally, I do have a favorite pizza topping.
What is it?
Or a topping combination. So we start with just a general light sauce, and then we grill onions to the point that those things are just like completely translucent, reduced to just a mush. Then you put them on the pizza there.
That sounds good.
Actually, you put them over the cheese. I'm not too particular on the cheeses, as long as it's not too mozzarella, but you gotta get a bunch of different cheese blends in there.
What do you mean not too mozzarella? It's
you
mozzarella
gotta be specific
cheese.
about that stuff, man.
You gotta get, but not too much, to the point where it's like, man, I taste.
You're not an
mozzarella
extra
on
cheese
this
guy,
cheese.
is what you're saying.
No, yeah, I'm not like a bunch of But then you get some grilled chicken, a little bit of bacon. You get spinach leaves on there as well, and you get some andouille sausage. So basically, it's kind of like a almost Cajun-esque pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
That
eat
doesn't
that.
sound too bad.
It's fucking
That's-
delicious.
And
it can't be deep dish.
I'm just gonna step away from this question. I don't want to ruffle any feathers, Cause
Goddamn right.
Also, because I'm gluten free, so I don't get to eat pizza as often. When I do eat pizza, I have to make it myself, which is usually delicious. But I'm gonna step back on this one. That sounds great, Holtz. I'd eat that.
I would eat that
definitely
too,
eat
man.
that pizza.
I like variety of pizza. I don't like to order the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
I like to get different pizzas. When somebody says you want a Hawaiian pizza, I'm like, yeah, sure. Or when somebody says you want a pepperoni pizza, I'm like, yeah, sure. It depends on the mood I'm in, but sometimes I do get in the mood for sausage, Greek olives, and I can't remember the name of the cheese.
Cheese.
The kind of cheese you'd put in a calzone. I can't remember the name of it.
Cheese.
Oh, and a calzone? Isn't that like mozzarella?
And mozzarella and some kind of like thicker, tasty cheese. I can't remember the name of it, but
I really do like it when the pizzas have very robust cheeses in there, like a 4-cheese blend of
4 cheese
something,
pizza.
I think
That's delicious. Then sometimes I
Delicious.
like, when somebody makes like a crazy pizza, like it's got taco chips and lettuce on the fucking thing. Fucking delicious.
chips?
Like a Mexican pizza. I don't know.
Taco Bell?
Pizza,
What?
pizza's good.
People in
Justin
chat are trying to
Holstein.
rile me up. Sorry, people in chat are trying to rile me up. They're like, "Hey, we don't like French fries. Deep dish is the better
'Cause French
pizza."
fries
I
are
see
just-
what you're doing. I see it.
I understand how you don't like deep dish pizza, man. It's weird. Anyways,
Yeah, it's good.
I don't know. Maybe I don't like bread soup.
not
You've
bread
just
soup.
had,
is
I
done
think you've
right.
just had bad deep dish pizza. I think that's the issue.
Yeah.
Because
You know,
bread
that's
soup
clearly
does
what
not
it is,
come to
man.
mind when I think of deep dish pizza. I think a crunchy,
far from it.
buttery crust.
Yeah.
Good.
Usually you pay for it afterwards because it's so delicious.
Yeah, it
Way
is
too much when
delicious,
you're like,
man.
Oh my God, I'm awful feeling right now.
Justin Holstein asks, think matchmaking for raids is a good idea if you must first complete the raid to unlock matchmaking?
No.
I think it would cause problems.
I didn't think it'd be a
would.
bad experience, man.
No, just. I mean, look how many people already don't like the fact that people get carried through Trials of Osiris. And oh, you didn't earn that. Someone carried you through. Well, now there's going to be people that maybe got carried through a raid encounter. They don't know the mechanics as well as they should, and they go into a matchmaking thing. Some people are going to have voice, some won't. Just no.
Yeah, some people
There's-
just do it to see if it worked, and then they bounce
Matchmaking
out
in
immediately.
strikes drives me nuts. Like, never mind getting carried. I'm just talking about just getting this thing done. I get into strikes like with random matchmaking. It's like people don't know how to do anything in these strikes. Like,
Yeah,
I can't imagine trying to do a raid without like at least knowing that these people are gonna have microphones and that they have some level of communication skill.
Thumbs.
You can get through Taken King's raid without thumbs. All you gotta do is fucking stand still right where I put you. You'll be okay. Just shoot that shit when I tell you to. But you gotta have a mic, man. You gotta have a mic for raids.
yeah.
Yep.
And like
Especially if
matchmaking,
you're,
that's
like,
not
going-
guaranteed.
If you're going through it for the first time, most typically, yeah. I have gone through the raid a few times with people who don't have mics, but they've been proficient enough to just be able to take direction and hit a
Yeah.
wave or
Yeah.
squat for a yes or no, But
But
Yeah.
matchmaking, you don't know what you're going to get. People would just be bouncing out at random, like, oh, God, that
Yeah.
sounds like the most awful raid experience you could possibly have as
Okay.
a match-made raid.
So the current PlayStation exclusive strike, Echo Chamber,
Oh,
where
Yep.
you have to
that's
grab
what comes to mind.
Yeah.
you have to grab the orb and then put it in the thing. Just based on that one,
yeah.
people will grab the orb and then never put it, and like you can't progress. You can't
Yeah.
progress from that point if someone just grabs the orb and then refuses to progress forward. So imagine that in a raid.
Yeah. And that's,
no.
even if people aren't trolling, like, so they'll grab the thing and just die repeatedly. Or at the end of it, where you have to go and, like, walk across, they'll grab it, but they won't know which direction to go into. Or they won't know when the Vex actually spawns, so they'll put it in at the wrong time. Just make the thing fucking harder. Matchmaking for a raid just doesn't sound like a good idea.
Yeah.
Jay at DCC. Should Bungie show off Destiny 2 before E3 2017?
I hope. I want to know if something amazing is coming. I also
Everyone
want
wants
it to
to know
be
that.
before E3 of next year. But it's probably not going to be the case.
You want it to release before E3?
Yeah, I know it's not going to happen, but
That's not happening.
yeah.
I feel like we're gonna get a fall release for Destiny 2.
It's September
Yeah.
release specifically.
But I definitely don't want to feel. I definitely don't want to feel like we've felt in the past, where months go by and we have no idea where the game is going and what kind of direction. Like, I want some communication, but I want it in the form of a poster.
Tefty,
Just give me a poster and then another poster
Tefty.
and then another poster.
you can just go play No Man's Sky. There's an infinite amount of planets to explore.
True. And there'll probably be
the off
updates
time.
too by that
Not
point.
true. There's like 13 quadrillion. Not infinite.
Yeah. That argument is hilarious. It's not infinite, man. It's finite. There's 18 quadrillion. It's like in human terms, that's infinite.
I think that it will get its big. It'll be on like the Sony stage for E3. Like it's that big of
Yeah.
an announcement. It'll get its limelight at E3. It won't be like a week before E3 kind of Bungie stream thing. This is big. This is Destiny 2, not an expansion. We're gonna see this thing at E3.
It sells consoles. So
Yeah.
they're gonna feature it for sure. I just don't want to wait until E3 to hear about something.
Yeah, I think we probably will though.
Oh my god. Ugh.
I don't think year 3 is gonna be pleasant, man. I don't.
I'm bracing for a year 3 that's identical to this one.
Yeah.
With less content.
Yeah. I think you're nailing it right on the head there.
But we got private matches.
Yeah, that's true. Josh G, what is each of your favorite things about being part of this great community?
Man, I mean that charity stream is like that's like number 1 right there. That's why the community is so incredible.
Yeah, that's cool.
You know? It highlights it. Just the positivity in the community is just
What's your
astonishing.
favorite thing, though? What's your favorite thing about being part of this community?
honestly like when I think of my stream and my channel and how a typical stream goes for me, it's the culmination of positive energy around the game. Like I generally think of myself as a positive person, and I try to create positive energy whenever I'm doing something, whatever I endeavor to. So, my stream is a reflection of that, and like I think this community really fosters sparks of it. So it's
For one thing, I just like that. Yeah, everyone's supportive of each other, from the top people on Twitch, the largest YouTubers, to down to just people playing the game. Everyone's pretty much cool with everyone. There's no, there's of course there's gonna be beef within the community, but everything's like,
Very
everyone's
little though. Very little beef.
compared to other games. Like this
Yeah.
is one of the most welcoming communities I've ever seen. Anytime on Reddit where there's a post that says like, hey, I'm interested in playing Destiny, and it's on like a different subreddit, someone is always guaranteed to respond, hey, if you're interested, come over to Destiny the game. We're a friendly little bunch over there. And then another response would be, hey, if you like PvP, you can come to Crucible Playbook subreddit, and just all the lists. And yeah, if you get into the game, here's this website that you can use to, help you find people. It's just a really welcoming community.
Yeah.
Yeah, overall, I think I really have to just kind of agree with both of you here. It's like when I jump onto a stream, the fun I have with the community, the friendships I've built with people I've played with, like it's been unlike any other game I've ever played. I've played multiplayer games before. I played cooperative games before, but I've never played a game where I've formed so many relationships that I find valuable over and over again. Something special about this community. I mean, we saw that obviously today with $500,000, $500,000 donated to charity. But, we see it all the time, in streams, when we're just hanging out doing raids. Like, it's just fun to be part of it, and it's just fun.
Yeah. It's contagious too.
It is.
People pick up on it.
DJ Defcon, what's your worst experience when you first played The Taken King? It was, I don't remember what quest it is. You guys might have to help me out, but it was fucking farming the satellites that dropped to Earth for 4 hours. It was absolutely the worst.
Oh,
Sleeper
for the sleeper simulate?
I was so fucking mad. I was like, how can I not be seeing any of these things? Like I had the stupid website up, like telling me exactly where they're gonna be, and it just wouldn't drop. 4 hours.
Yeah. And then I did it on Xbox, and it dropped right away for me.
I'm gonna have to say the Fears Embrace mission. I don't know.
That?
It's you do it right at the end of, I believe, the Taken. It's like the end of the Taken War quest line, where you go back to Phobos and you go into that one circular room, and there's poison gas everywhere, and it's like a really high light level mission for where you are at your light level. So it's like, oh my god, there's so much shit. Everything is killing me, and I tried to solo it on stream, and I did that for like I think a solid hour. And
it's
then
a tough as nails mission.
I could not solo it for the life of me. And then like I had someone come in and help me, and then for the touch, you have to do that one for the Touch of Malice mission as well at the very end of it. So
isn't it even harder when you do the Touch of Malice one?
Yeah, I believe it's even a higher light level. And so she's like, oh my fucking god, no.
It's legitimately difficult PvE content.
Yeah, Patrick, I remember that too, because like we were trying to level up as fast as we could.
And then this thing comes in.
I was way under light level for that too.
That was it.
That was hard.
That was it. Because we like didn't get anything at the end of it too. It's like, this is the end of the Taken 1 quest line. This is going to be okay. So there's got to be like a really cool reward for this.
The loot is coming.
And it's like this. I had to work my ass off to do this mission. What do we get? Here's some Vanguard rep. If I remember right.
Yeah.
I can't remember the exact word, but I remember being disappointed.
Good job.
Yep.
Don't spend it all in one place.
Oh man.
That was a
you know what I hated actually? Now that I think about it, I hated doing the last word kills when the last word was garbage with Chaperone
to get the Chaperone quest done.
And I didn't want to use a shotgun at the time. I was like, I'm not using a shotgun. I'm gonna use the last word. And I was like, why is this gun trash now? What have you done, Bungie? So pissed off during that.
Yeah, that one was pretty rough to do at the start as well. I think I just ended up
the imbrication one is the one that I remember being hard. For some reason that the Chaperone one never stands out in my mind, but the imbrication one, that gun was fucking hot trash. That gun was terrible.
I'll be right back. Chair, take over the podcast for me.
Chair hype?
All right.
He's getting out of the chair, out of the attic.
I think he's going to get an imprecation. Jack, what do you expect from 3 of Coins in the Trials of Osiris tweaks that they're talking about?
I don't think they're going to do anything to... Wait, did they say they were changing 3 Coin?
I don't expect them to do anything to 3 of Coins.
Yeah, and did they specifically say something about Trials Osiris that they're changing?
I don't know, man. This one's kind of catching me off guard. I haven't heard them talking about Trials of Osiris tweaks.
I haven't heard about that. My thought is that 3 Coin is going to be the same.
As is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to remain as is. Drop rates are going to be the same. And if they do anything to Trials of Osiris, maybe adjust drop rates. Maybe change the way things drop instead of...
The bounties maybe, too?
Yeah, adjust the bounties a bit. Hopefully they bring back connection-based stuff, like specifically.
Yeah.
So it's not like, hey, let's match you up with somebody in Spain because it's game 5 or 6. Like, I hope that's hope they go away with that.
JD from the IE, my clan, Junkie Gaming, nice plug, I respect it, is going to run a blind raid for the first time in Rise of Iron. Any advice? Booze.
Patience.
Oh, yeah, patience. That's a good one, too.
Patience. Booze. I'd say Red Bull, but I'm kind of scared of Red Bull.
Yeah. Have you tried Adderall?
Oh, Jesus.
Not a sponsor.
Genuinely, for the if you're going through with like a raid group, having someone that's experienced like just running raids in general, not even Destiny raids, just like, you know, anything where they can quickly understand encounters, and you're running it blind, having that person or having a shot caller in the raid to like kind of call out stuff is unbelievably helpful. Not to the point where like they're describing fights, but like, you know, where they quickly understand mechanics and shit like that and can kind of relay that to the rest of the raid to help everyone else understand it.
Yeah.
Bring in a positive attitude, too. If you get somebody in there who is just motherfucking everybody in the group every time they die or just yelling or being a jerk, it's not going to be fun for anybody, right? Is that
True.
You could get one lemon in a raid group and it brings down the fun factor. If everybody in there is having a good time, be constructive. You can be criticizing somebody, but also be constructive about it and not be nasty about it. That's fine, you know? But you know, selecting a clan or a raid group, especially if you're planning on being in there for, you know, that first raid could take a long time. It took us over 12 hours, right, for
It took
taking
us
King?
over 12 hours for Taken King, and I think for the hard mode, like we had to take a break, because I was fucking starving, so I had to like leave, go get food, eat, and then we came back 2 hours later.
Yeah.
We got gear checked on both of them.
Yeah, we did
Yeah.
both times. Yeah. I'm hoping we don't get gear checked this time because
Well, I don't know. I feel like there won't be as big of a gear check this time for some reason.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. Although there might be. I mean, you look at what Crow's End did. Crow's End had a severe gear check.
it sure did.
That literally was impossible unless you had somebody who was 31.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, I mean, attitude, just and patience, and try and enjoy your time in there and take a break if you need one.
yeah.
Gavin Risbridger, do you think trials will change during Rise of Iron? If so, what would you like to see?
I don't know.
People were saying in chat side switching, and I think
Oh,
that
yeah.
really, really, really needs to be in there.
Yeah.
Like, it needs to rotate sides. I don't understand why it doesn't do it.
So, I don't know. I definitely want to see a side switch come in at some point. Like, I know Derek Carroll and a lot of the other guys there, they say, like, the data doesn't show that, you know, sides differ, but damn it, they do. There is a difference between each side. And, you know, just fucking try it for 1 week. Just fucking try it. See what happens. See if you can implement side
you know,
switching.
just to make us fucking happy, do it.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
like we're asking
seriously.
for it. Just make us fucking happy.
We've been asking for it since Trials came in year one. Just
Right.
fucking please let us try it. If the community turns out goes, oh yeah, no, you were right, that was really bad, then you can undo the change. It's okay to undo changes. But shit, you tried in where the Trials map rotates every single time you play. You know, how about trying letting us switch spawn? Just try it. That's all that we're asking. Just try it.
Yeah, we need it. And they also say the data says that like it's 50-50. That's because they're taking the entire set of everything. And then good players are going to dominate no matter what on that side. Like, they can't just look at it from pure data standpoint. They need to look at it from how does it play and experience on the team's sides.
The only valid data would be two like completely even teams.
Yeah, exactly.
JB Mega, how the fuck did this get in here? JB Mega, if Bungie comes out with weapon balance update for Rise of Iron, what's the most important thing you want them to fix? Also, boots.
Boots?
Warlock boots?
JB Mega trolls me in chat all the time. I always get boots out of packages. Every package. Boots.
You're the proud
Boots.
new owner of Boots.
Boots. All right, what would you like to see? I think we talked about weapon balance a little bit earlier.
It's
This is
basically, I'd like to see primaries, you know, a little more effective. Hand cannons to be consistent. I would like their rate of fire to actually be their rate of fire, not the this is what it can work at, but it doesn't work at because we want you to rest in between shots. Then just make that the
this
rate
is
of fire.
Interesting, Patrick. The next question is: do you guys think if hand cannons are fixed and bloom removed, they'd be OP, or just buff other weapons too?
I think they'd be OP, honestly.
No.
Because if you look at the current meta at the moment, it's pretty much there's a lot of hand cannons on the top that get used that are very effective. So if they are even more accurate with reduced bloom, that stat just goes up further because they hit the hardest. Why wouldn't you use the hardest hitting bullet in the game? You know, because that also helps with team shots.
Maybe because you like the way auto rifles play. Like there's more reasons other than logic to use a weapon. And you know, some players are going to like to use auto rifles, so they will use auto rifles, even though logically, you know, a hand cannon does the most damage per round.
So you telling me that the population just wants to use Mida, last word?
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. But some players, some players.
Well, that's the case right now. Also, some players are using other weapons because, like, Robbie V loves the Jade Rabbit.
Yeah.
Like, so much so that it's his weapon. He's saying it's the meta, and you guys just aren't using it. I don't think that's the case.
It has an extraordinarily fast time to kill. It's one of the few weapons left with a 0.8 second time to kill.
I'm wondering
Very
why is he
quick.
like.
If you can hit 3 headshots rapidly, you can kill faster than a Mida.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
I'm wondering why
It's
he
just-
likes
you're punished.
Jade Rabbit over like the Coicidus or
It's
another
got
one.
more
that's-
aim assist. It's a little easier to use for one.
Yeah, the Coicidus has pretty
Yeah.
good aim assist too, but whatever.
Oh, well, what I'm saying though is that disregarding like personal preference and love of a certain weapon, I think that the hand cannon is just going to be dominant because it hits really hard. It's extremely hard hitting when you have those high impact ones, and if they're even more accurate, then team shotting with hand cannons is just super deadly.
Team shotting with anything is going to be deadly because it's team shotting though.
I think, well, again, it comes down to numbers. So the hardest, like, if you have the highest impact weapon, or the hardest hitting weapon, I should say, and then things like reactive reload making it a 2-shot, potentially, or luck in the chamber, then, I don't know. I think that becomes the meta.
For me, I've said this in a couple other videos, but I guess I can re-say it because it was from a long time ago. I don't like perks that just intrinsically give you a damage boost. Because it creates these issues where some weapons will just completely outperform everything, even though it's only in very small circumstances, like crowd control or reactive reload. It's still something that you can't predict on the receiving end of it. Like, you're not gonna unless you inspect the dude's weapon, you see it come up in the kill feed that you just got a weapon. You need to back off from there. That's a huge amount of awareness that, frankly, no one is going to have, or I'm not going to say no one, but an unbelievably large amount of the player base won't have that. So things that increase damage to the point where it creates those situations that can completely define a weapon class, I don't know. I feel like those need to be toned down in favor of other things that just make weapons more consistent. Things like that. I know
Sure.
that's a much more boring outlook on weapons, but at this, for the sake of PvP balance, stuff like that is just unbelievably frustrating to go against at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it comes down to this. If you're going to make hand cannons extremely accurate, if you're going to take away the bloom, and you're going to make them consistent, then you have to nerf the range dramatically. Otherwise, there's no reason to use a scout rifle.
Yeah, that was the year 1 meta, right? There was
Yeah,
no
no,
reason to use a scout rifle because hand cannons were just better versions of scout
At
rifles.
insane range. You
Yeah.
could map people with it. That's the problem.
Yeah. I don't know, man. These problems are tough.
The
problem is, like, if you change one thing on a hand cannon, it's like you've got to then look at the repercussions, like, for every other type of weapon across the board. And yeah, I'd like hand cannons to feel better. Like, when I have a good hand cannon that has a rifle barrel on it in rangefinder, and the thing actually connects nearly every time I shoot it, I feel like it feels good. But then if you add luck in the chamber, and all of a sudden I'm getting 2 shots with it, that feels bad to every player I go against in the Crucible.
Yeah. I don't know. My only thing with hand cannons is I agree, Tefty. They can be unbelievably powerful. I mean, they have defined the meta in the past for PvP, and they probably will going forward just due to their lethality. But at the same time, I just find it very odd that they have this RNG element coded in them in the form of bloom, which it goes against basically everything that they've said about Destiny having things you will visually see information towards you, like, say, hip firing weapon, you'll see the reticles bloom outwards. Well, on a precision damage weapon, you can't see bloom. You can't necessarily feel it either. On a weapon, it's kind of it's just this.
Well,
this thing.
Inconsistency.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
how it translates to.
It's an inconsistent thing that we effectively, the only way that we can control it is waiting in between firing. So but there's no
So-
visual element to show when that like time limit
Right,
has
yeah.
passed. If
In
they
Reach-
if they had that, maybe, but still, I just
So they
I don't like
did-
the way
they did
have
have
implemented
that-
Bloom currently.
They did have that in Reach for the DMR. You'd shoot, and then there would be a circle that would close, and then as soon as it was, based back to the reset, then it was an accurate shot. But if you spammed the trigger when that circle was closing, the bloom would affect it heavily. And
You didn't
community
aim down
hated it.
sight in that game.
Oh yeah, no, I mean it would show up. Would it do both? No, you could zoom in with the DMR. You'd have to click the right stick to zoom in.
Yeah. Okay. It wasn't just
Yeah,
hip fire. Okay.
No, it wasn't just hipfire. No, you could zoom in.
So the
but
sight
the
itself
bloom-
had the reticle on the
Mhm,
sight.
there was
did
a
it?
circle. Yeah, to tell you when your bloom was reset. So they had done that in the past, but also the community absolutely hated bloom on the DMR, and they eventually reduced it and reduced it and reduced it until I think there was a title update where they removed it completely. I think for one event, I can't remember exactly, but it's a historical thing with Bungie, that bloom.
Yeah.
For the most powerful, hardest hitting weapon.
No, I understand. I understand why it's there. It's to add, an element of, I don't know. It's there for, the intentions are good, but the implementation isn't right. I guess is the easiest way to say it.
Well, it's the fact that you have your reticle on something, and you shoot, and then you readjust your reticle with aim skill, and you shoot again, and then you're penalized,
Yeah,
and that pisses people off.
yeah. Because it's the only weapon type that happens on. Doesn't happen on scouts, pulses, anything else. Mm-hmm. If your reticle's on it, you're gonna hit it with every other weapon type except hand cannons. Because, yeah, I think we've talked about this like to ad nauseum at this point. So we should probably move on to another question, though.
I wonder what'll be the topics we talk about next year for an entire year.
The exact same stuff.
Throw it
Hand
out of
cannons
left
being
field.
inconsistent.
Throw it out of left field. I never would have thought that like the high rate of fire auto rifles would have been good. I'm gonna throw it out
Never
of
would
left
have
field.
thought it. Yeah.
Fusion rifles. We're gonna be calling for fusion rifle nerfs. I'm just calling it right now.
Get outta here.
No, I am calling it right now. They're going to do something to fusion rifles that just makes everyone go, "Holy shit! This needs to be reduced." I'm gonna be the prophet. It'll happen.
And with that statement, Bungie nerfed fusion rifles again.
And hunter throwing
In the
knives.
garbage
And hunter
again.
throwing knives.
All right. I thought we were going to do a quick one today, but this has turned out to be a long podcast. So this is going to be the last question.
All right.
Jonathan asks, do you think Luke Smith was joking about the secret chest in VOG?
Okay. That wasn't Luke Smith.
It wasn't Luke Smith?
No, that was not Luke Smith.
Oh, that's too bad. It was such a good story if it was.
Yeah. If you go to Luke Smith's Twitter, people were asking him, "Hey, how come you haven't released it?" He said, that wasn't me in the chat."
That's too bad.
Yeah.
Bummer. That would have been a good story if it was. Basically, somebody went into the chat, apparently not Luke Smith, and said, "If you guys hit 500,000, I'll tell you where the
It was
last
420.
chest is in Baltic Glass."
If you hit 420.
Oh, 420. That's right, 420. Which, even if it was Luke Smith, I just assumed it was a joke. There is no last chest, and it was a funny joke.
But there could be.
Yeah.
There could be.
There might be.
All right, that's
A
it.
beam of light.
That's it. That's all the questions.
Is that all the questions? Is that it?
That's it.
That's it?
all.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Nicely done.
All right. Well, shit. That was a much longer podcast than I expected. Thank you, everyone who put in questions this week. I hope
Yeah.
did we get to everyone? No, there's still some there. Briar?
What's that? I'm sorry. Say that again.
Are there still some questions?
That was all the questions,
Nice.
unless we get into repeats or
Oh, okay. I get
ones that are outright insulting.
Yeah, those will get skipped.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Block, mute.
All right, guys. Well, thank you, everyone, for tuning in and hanging out with us on this podcast. Thank you for listening, everyone out there. That was the 85th episode. This has been Patrick Casey. You can find me at Holtzman_PD on Twitter or just Holtzman on Twitch. Come say hi. And
I'm Briar
also,
Rabbit.
I'll see you at DestinyCon.
There you go. I'm Briar Rabbit. You can find me on Twitch at the Briar Rabbit, or I'm sorry, on Twitch Just look up for Briar Rabbit on Twitter at the Briar Rabbit, on YouTube on the Briar Rabbit channel. Just Google Briar Rabbit. You usually find me somewhere.
And I'm Tefty Teft. You can talk to me at Teft on Twitter. You can catch the streams I do, twitch.tv/Tefty Teft, and here on Planet Destiny Twitch channel. And I will see you guys at Destiny CommunityCon as well on Saturday.
Awesome.
Let's go.
We will see you then, guys. Thank you for tuning in. That was the 85th episode. We will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye, guys.